Good afternoon, students. Today we will be seeing in our video session class the topic span of control or span of management. So, that is on Wednesday's class, I told that I will be handling this span of control in this Moodle class, that is in video session class. And today we will be seeing the topic span of control. What is the meaning of actually span of control? I told it is also called as span of management, and it refers to the number of subordinates effectively managed or or it can be controlled by a manager. So number of subordinates which can be affected, say for example, we can take our class itself. Now you people are there, 24 or 25 members are there under my control. Same thing if it is more than 90 or 70 itself, the span of control it will be very poor. As you people are 25, so I can easily, even in on Wednesday's class, I was calling people by names and you people were responding. So that is actually effective span of control, where a number of subordinates which can be effectively managed or controlled by the manager. So that is what actually span of control is. So the effect it refers to the number of subordinates. So maximum you can have in the workplace role for one particular manager 30 or maximum 40 subordinates they can have, and so that they can easily monitor and control the uh, workers, so that it will be effectively managed. So this is actually called the span of control, and there are two types in that span of control. One is narrow span, and other one is wide span. Tall span, that is a tall span or narrow span, wide span or flat span. These are all the two types of span of control we will be studying here. So what is actually tall or narrow span? This means a single manager, 1 minute. This means a uh, single manager or supervisor manage a few number of subordinates. That is, two or three subordinates will be there under one supervisor or manager. Say here in this picture, you can see manager one will be there, and under him three employees will be there, and employee means supervisor, say for example, and under each supervisor two workers will be allocated. So this is actually tall or narrow span of management. So it will be actually very much, you will be seeing in the advantages and disadvantages of both narrow span and wide span. And here, merits and demerits of narrow span is you can have tight control, because under one person there will be only maximum three persons. So that you can have tight control, and you can increase efficiency of the manager can be increased. Then personal contacts with the manager. So here there is a spelling mistake. After manager means after N A should be there. So sorry for the spelling mistake. So personal contacts with the manager, each and every supervisor or the subordinates will be having direct contact with him, as there are only few number of subordinates under one manager, so they will be having direct contacts. And demerits is creates more levels of management. So when we are splitting, no, under one supervisor there will be two subordinates like that, so it will create more levels. You can be splitting when you are splitting, so you will be having more levels of management, and it also time consuming will be high, and it is also costly also when compared to wide span. So these things sometimes when compared, I'm talking about comparison. When comparing to wide span, this is actually time consuming and costly also. And this is actually wide span wide span. So this means a single manager or a supervisor managing large number of subordinates, that is 7 to 8 subordinates they'll be managing. So this is actually wide span. Under one particular manager, there will be 8 supervisors. Under each and every category of supervisor, there will be again 6 or 7 subordinates under one supervisor. So as it is very broad, we are calling it as wide span of management. So please understand why it is called wide means under one manager there will be at least 7 to 8 supervisors under each supervisor. Again there will be 6 or 7 subordinates under it. As it is going very flat, it is called as wide span of management. Okay, and what are all the merits and demerits of this wide span of management? Is it is actually time saving, and it will be having direct contact with the subordinates, and there will be lots of opportunities for subordinates development, because when it is being allocated, no, so they can learn a lot. And what are the demerits? Everywhere, wherever you go, there will be merits and demerits. Here they will be talking about reduction in quality of performance. High qualified staff will be needed, because when you are splitting, no, so they should have knowledge in that particular work, or else it will be time wastage here again, and less initiative for worker. So there will be very very less, because each and every under one 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 worker will be monitored by supervisor 5 or 6, so that so initiation for the worker will be very very less when compared to narrow span. Here initiation of each and every worker will be very less. And importance of effective span of control is you will be having very good supervision and control. Very good supervision and control will be there, and increase in efficiency of the workers. There will be an increasing in efficiency of not only workers but also the managers. And third point is there will be very good professional relationship related to either so better we will be talking here professional relationship, because technically they'll be giving guidance, so that they'll be having very good professional relationship. And then there will be good communication and coordination between, if you're having very good span of control, there will be very good communication and coordination. Normally if there is good communication itself, there will be best coordination among the employees. And then developed discipline and mutual trust. So mutual trust between the manager and the supervisor, or supervisor and the workers, there will be mutual trust, and discipline will be very much effective. And factors affect the span of control is nature of work, then capacity of subordinates, trust on subordinates, fixation of work, and then capacity of supervisor. These are all the factors which will be affecting the span of control. This we'll be seeing one by one again. The nature of work, it depends upon, you cannot have, say we are seeing two types of span of control. When we are seeing this span of control, wide span and narrow span, so each and every type will be having its own merits and demerits. So according to the nature of work, we should keep on split what type of control we should be having, so that it will be affecting the nature of the work. And every time you should keep on trusting your subordinates. So if there is any problem, no, so if there is any problem with the subordinates, immediately they will be leaving you down, so that the entire work will be spoiled. Then responsibility, that is fixation of responsibility, it will be very high, or nobody will be interested to share or take the responsibility for that particular work unless and until he is having initiation. So that fixation of responsibility nobody will be accepting. And then capacity of supervisor will be will be very difficult actually. Why? Because every time to monitor the subordinates or to monitor the workers is a huge task, where people sometimes unwantedly disturb the supervisor or the manager, and it will be a very big burden to take the entire work and to complete the task. It will take time if even one particular employee is not cooperating. And last one is capacity of subordinates. Whether all the subordinates are very much cooperative or they are having their own groups, like that and all you should find out. Normally, you people will not be able to understand actually at this uh, at this age, because when you go and work in the organization, you will be knowing really how the worker normally cooperates with their team members. There will be sometimes conflicts. So because of that, the capacity here, so the capacity of subordinates will be wherever they go. No? Sometimes they will not be cooperative. So it only this picture shows all the three members will be together, but he will be trying to join, but he will not join. So that is each and every worker will be having their own area of interest, and sometimes they will be showing in their workplace. This is actually, please understand, students, the span of control is the subordinates, the minimum number of subordinates to be put under a manager. That is actually an span of control, where if you want the work to be done smoothly under a manager, only few member of subordinate should be under him, so that he can effectively control that particular group of people to bring out quality output. This is actually span of control. Thank you, students. Please don't leave. Again, I'll be posting one more video in this same session, that is decentralization. Now I complete this video session. Thank you, students.